So it's World Nature Conservation Day today. This is a United Nations-led event to reflect on protecting the natural environment for future generations. And that's exactly what a young Durban scientist aims to do as the impact of climate change continues battering the city. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan joins us live for more such important work being done there by this young person. Karinda, tell us about it.
Certainly so. So, Naledi, first let me tell you where I am. It's actually right on the Durban beachfront. This is the Beachwood Mangroves. It's kind of a hidden secret nature reserve right on the Durban beachfront, just opposite Blue Lagoon. But it's very hard to find and open only once a month to the public. But this is where you see the importance of protecting and conserving nature. But just to talk about this is Azile Mpukwana. Ma'am, thank you so much for speaking to us. Yeah. We've had a very long day walking up and down this nature reserve, speaking about the importance of this place, but can you tell us about conservation just in terms of how you see it? Are we doing enough as a city, as a country?
Okay, firstly today, since it's World Nature Conservation Day, and that emphasizes the fact that we have to protect our natural resources, including the mangroves, including the air, the water, and whatever that is around us, that we are using it as the public, as the whole world, and we have to conserve it and preserve it for the future generations.
Do you think that we're working fast enough? Even as a globe, there are various agreements being made, but you're the person on the ground picking up the litter one by one. So do you think we're working fast enough to try and prevent climate change?
We are trying, and I think we can do better than this, especially in terms of education. We have to make sure that we educate people about the importance of conserving the environment. We educate the little kids right from primary school for them to know how important it is to conserve and sustain what we have, so that we can have it for a longer period of time.
So Adopt a River calls for communities to adopt a river, adopt a stretch of the beach and clean up. Tell me about what you find often on these beaches.
When we are cleaning on the beaches, we find all kinds of litter, including medical waste, all kinds of litter, I would say. And mainly in the beaches in Durban, we also find the dirt chickens, the things that people do when they're doing rituals along the beach, and the needles, but it's all sorts of litter because it comes from upstream rivers and it runs down through the river mouth and ends up in our beaches.
As you do this, we've been speaking about climate change and how Durban has changed over time. What are some of your biggest concerns and maybe your message to those watching about climate change?
Our climate change, it is serious, and we have to take immediate steps individually. You have to start wherever you are. At Adopt a River, we usually say a river starts from home. So whatever that you do at home, it will affect the rivers, it will affect the ocean, it will affect the whole world. So we have to be eco-friendly and use sustainable ways to live.
Have to. Azile, thank you so much for your time, for the work that you do. She leads groups every single week and encourages the public to participate in actually going out to find a stretch of water and start cleaning up. And the reason for that is to have community participation at the literal ground level. While of course there are discussions about implementing change because of the impacts of global warming, there's also the call for community participation. So this Beachwood Mangroves, as we're here, is actually a protected area because the endangered crabs are helping keep the habitat alive. And in turn, these mangroves, these trees actually form a barrier, and they protect coastlines from erosion, from flooding during storm surges that we see happening more frequently, unfortunately. And so that is what we're exploring today as we look at World Nature Conservation Day. The fact that these areas have to be protected, that litter has to be picked up to ensure that the world can essentially stay a safe place when we look at how climate is changing. So now, lady, I'll just leave you with one very cool fact that we learned about some of these crabs, is that there's just pockets of holes around here, and this is what's providing oxygenated chambers to keep the mangroves alive. But all of these thousands of crabs each one of them has their own hole, their own home, and they always go back to that same one. So just some little fun facts that we hear about nature as we spend time on this place. It's open once a month actually to the public to witness the spectacle of nature and speak about the importance of protecting our environment.
Yeah.